Hello, everyone. It's Mitzi from Barlow, McCarthy. I was working with a client recently on rural recruitment and the difficulties of really trying to get candidates to go to some of our rural locations, right? So I thought today I would jump on here, do a vlog and, provide some of the tips that was helpful for this client. So number one, we talked about just emphasizing the positive, really focusing on what's great about the rural markets. The lower cost of living, the proximity to cities. So you get the best of both worlds. An hour just to New York City, an hour to great shopping, those type of things that you could place into your posting. The professional independence. Many physicians like to have that independence. Do we focus on that enough? Talk a little bit about that in your screening calls and just the access to that personal patient care. And many times we can spend a little bit more time with those patients out there. Another topic that we really focused on, and I worked with on this client, was to really involve their current physicians. Get them about networking right now. What is it that we can do to really step up our job postings, to really reach out to those that are like-minded? Those physicians can send an email blast for you. You can write it, and then they can put their little information about why they love it on there. Sometimes those physician testimonials will go a long way. The other third that we spent a lot of time talking about was to recruit from rural training programs. There's many out there. And if you're not familiar with them, I just ask you to go out to Barlow McCarthy and reach out to us and we'll get a list to you. I think it's important for you to really be targeting those training programs where you can spend time talking about your rural market. They're already attached to that kind of training, and so they want to be part of that. Remember, many of those want to come back also to where they grew up. So are you doing some really good research of your community and knowing those that are going off to medical school? Long-term strategy, right? You'll have to stay in touch with them. But do they want to come back to your market and practice? That was something that we did with this client, and they really enjoyed getting to know the community a little bit better, using community leaders to help them with messaging that would say, come back to our market and practice here. Also appeal to the physician's greater purpose, right? We want to make sure that we are talking about being mission driven and talking about what our mission is all about. It's a purpose and philosophy for them that they want to share. Many of them got into medicine to really working with those patients and making them better, taking a look at them holistically. So spend some time talking about that as well. You want to proactively address potential concerns. This was a big one with my client. There was a lot of things that weren't so great about this rural market. We all have that, but we just kind of avoid having those conversations. I'm telling you to be proactive about it. Talk about some of those heavy workloads. Talk about maybe the limited support in the office. Talk about professional networking, ways that they can go ahead. And even though they might feel like they're on an island out there, there's ways for them to professionally network within the system and the organization. Talk about how that you can help and get community members to help for significant others' employment, because there might be a two working family and they need to get that help for their significant other. And last but not least, spend some time talking about the education and care services for children. I think that's really important for you to share where they could live, maybe not necessarily right in that community, but 30 minutes out, and so that you can focus with the children and their education. You also want to spend some time, and this is kind of thinking out of the box, emphasize the non-salary benefits, right? Again, that mission work, the flexible hours, the being able to have that work-life balance. And last but not least, even looking at some of the tax benefits for living in that rural areas. I really hope that this was helpful for you. And if you like it, please click on the like button. And if you got comments for further vlogs, we'd love to hear them as well. We at Barlow McCarthy would love to help you with any of your training needs. And all you have to do is reach out for a complimentary conversation.